Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figure It Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and surprise, we got a little bonus video today. Sony dropped a kind of an update on us that I thought was actually worth making a video about, so we're going to talk about it. There is a PS5 Slim inbound. Before we talk about the details, guys, do me a favor real quick. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, and check out all the social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc. I appreciate the support. Okay, let's talk about it. So yeah, just as I was sitting here, all of a sudden Twitter starts blowing up. There's a new version of the PS5 incoming. It was kind of a surprise update. I mean, there's been rumors about it for a while, but I don't usually put a whole lot of stock into that. But Sony themselves came out and said, this is what's happening. So basically the details are as follows. They are releasing basically one but sort of two new versions of the PS5. Now, effectively what they've done is they've made one system that has a detachable disk drive. So you can actually buy it with the disk drive pre-included for, in the US anyway, it'll retail for about $500. Or you can buy the digital version, which will retail for about $450. However, they are going to allow you the option to buy the disk drive separately in the event that you decide to get the digital version and maybe have a little buyer's remorse and decide you want the disk drive. And I think the disk drive separately was like $80, so it's a better deal to buy it all at the same time. But that's kind of an interesting way to go about approaching it. The system doesn't have a whole lot of additional differences beyond the cosmetic, as well as, I guess, that functionality. They're saying it's like 30% lighter than this model, which admittedly was a big, beefy boy. And the system's actually going to come out in November, probably right around the time of the birthday, but they didn't actually confirm that. So yeah, that was kind of the big news. And I'm just thinking, like, that's interesting, because I look at Sony's history of console refreshes, right? And it seems like what they're doing is closer to the PS4 model and even debatably the Xbox One model. So if you'll allow me a second, I'll explain what I mean by that. If you know your PlayStation history, you'll know that when Sony makes a system, they make like one machine, at least cosmetically on the surface, like the PS1, and they tend to ride that the whole generation. They just kind of make changes under the hood, but they don't change it too much externally. And then towards the end of the lifespan, when the new system is on the verge of coming out, they do like a smaller refresh budget model like the PSONE that also had a screen on it if you got that version. That way people can kind of get to the system they never got the chance to before, and there's a whole library of games that exist, etc. They did that with the PlayStation 2 as well, going from the fat model to eventually the slim model as the PS3 was closing in. Now the PS3 was a different situation because the system launched with too heavy of a system and too expensive to produce. They quickly changed it before then repeating that by doing the super slim towards the end. But the PS4 model was a little different. They had that initial system that they ran with for a few years, and then it was a lot of pressure because of outside forces about not enough capabilities in the system. So they did the Pro Edition, and around the time they did the Pro Edition, they also did a slim version. And I feel like the PS4 Slim didn't actually do all that well. Not that it did badly, but it didn't do well as compared to, say, the PS4 Pro, because new people who want to check out the PS4 basically said, I'll just get the Pro version. And if you didn't have the money for that, there were suddenly a whole bunch of the older PS4s on the market that were cheap. So the PS4 Slim didn't do that well. The only reason I mentioned that story is, A, to give you some perspective, and B, to see, like I said, I think what they're doing is closer to what the Xbox One did. Xbox One ran into the same problem. The initial version wasn't powerful enough. They eventually would do the Xbox One X, but a year or so before the Xbox One X, they did the Xbox One S, and that actually did very well for them because it was kind of what the Xbox One should have been to begin with. It was a little bit more capable. It was smaller. It had some upgrades as far as the Blu-ray drive, all that sort of, the Blu-ray drive being now 4K Blu-rays, etc. A little bit better like Wi-Fi capabilities and so on and so forth. Little upgrades. And it looks like, if I had to guess, I'd say that's what Sony's doing, is that particular model. They're going to have a PS4 Slim. We'll probably have that for a year. And then we'll see if they're going to go back around and do a PS4 or a PS5 Pro, or if we're still kind of in that do we really need it phase. Because not as many people have been complaining about the capabilities of this system. It is worth noting, though, and Sony says this in their initial press release, it's kind of buried in the text, they're not producing this version of the system anymore. And that's kind of fascinating. It basically said all the units that are out there are the ones that are still available, and then once they're gone, that's it. Going forward, the Slim, although not really seem to be calling it the Slim, is going to be the new version of the PS5 going forward, and that's what will be in production. So, yeah, kind of an interesting update. I really wasn't expecting that out of anywhere. So, yeah, cool. Hopefully you guys found that informative. Are any of you guys going to get it? I have to admit, I think it's pretty unique, the ability to add the disk drive and remove the disk drive. I'll give Sony props. They've been much better about the physical media angle than Microsoft has. Good for them. Anyway, yeah, again, your thoughts. I embrace it. Let me know. I'm here. I'm curious to see what everybody has to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all later.